Hello everyone. So in today's lesson we're going to have a look at the Epic Games launcher, and this is the application you should now have installed after downloading from the Epic Games. So you'll see the icon here on the desktop. Just simply double click on it and run it. Once you've done that, the actual application should load and you should see something similar to this. And as you can see, it actually embeds all Epic sort of products and works up. So it may actually start off in the store, which is Epic Games equivalent to the likes of Steam, etc., where you can purchase games content. But that's not what we're wanting to do. You can see down here then on the left hand side there's actually a tab for Unreal Engine. So if you simply click it, you'll now see that we are in the engine area of Epic's launcher, and this is where we'll be pretty much in all class based activities. So once you've got in here, you can see that there's a range of tabs, and there's a load of content here where you can simply scrub and scroll. So the news is pretty much just gives you an update of all the latest and greatest things Epic are doing. This will update dynamically if there's, as you see here, if there's game jams or weekly spotlights or featured screenshots. Ideally, your dream is you want to be advertised on here. You want to get your portfolio. You want to get your game or your animation or whatever it is on this front page. No mean ask, but that's what you want to aspire to. If you can get yourself on there, you'll be very well set up for opportunities within this sector. So again, just updates constantly. You can see, just keep abreast of what's going on in there. You can also see here in the middle of it, there's actually news. Unreal have a YouTube channel. So, yep, okay, we'll do that. So you can see within here, there's thousands of videos. So they've been putting that up since 2014. So by all means, we'll be referring you there quite often. Q&A. So within here, you can post questions and answer them, funnily enough. And again, if there's any issues with Unreal, this is pretty much one of your first go-to points, the forums, the Q&A, because you may have come across other people with the same issues. And this is where people can share those issues and hopefully come up with problems, because there will be problems in the engine, folks. Like any high-end application, there will be bugs and fixes required. But yeah, it's something to be mindful of. So YouTube channel, question and answer, and as I've just mentioned, the forums there. So again, feel free to join there and look it up. There's various topics for games or TV, film, architecture, all the sort of stuff we mentioned yesterday, for VR, for virtual production. So you'll want to keep yourself informed about that. You'll also see the roadmap option here. So within the roadmap, these are the new features that are currently in Unreal, and you can see here we're currently looking at Unreal Engine 5.1 in progress. So by the time some of you watch this video, we may have been at Unreal 5.10, who knows? But this is just an intro, so this should be workable right across, right until the end of Unreal's workflow. So you can see here within 5.1, they're looking to do Lumen updates. You can say how critical it is for you to have it. You can see nanite updates and what they're trying to do here, and you can scroll down here and you'll see which features Epic are trying to implement. And you can see here under cinematic and virtual production, they're trying to put in so many new features. So the likes of live link feed is going to be an amazing thing with use of our iPads, etc., for using iOS. You can see here under blueprint things for a bit of scripting, etc. So just the moral of the story here is just keep yourself updated and make sure you're going through each of these bits and pieces. So that's the news tab. Under samples, Epic provide a whole range of different project levels for you to start off with, so you don't have to start with a blank world. They give you, there's a 3D sort of third-person type shooter, deathmatch type game. This was an amazing project at the very start of Unreal 5, where they did a scene from The Matrix. So if you've seen that film, you can download this project. It's quite large. I think it's about 100 gigabyte. So a lot of content, but again, it just showcases what Unreal Engine 5 was possible. If you're interested in looking at metahumans, simply go into the project, click on it, and you just click on Create Project. It'll tell you which versions it's enabled to, and then this will ultimately end up in what you call your library here. So this is where I would be encouraging you to have a look into. Definitely break down the projects. There's the one for Virtual Studio, Game Samples, Valley of the Ancients. Like these were all amazing big projects that people in Unreal Epic have put together for users to get them up and running with it. So feel free to put that in there. The marketplace, this is where you can buy assets for your projects. So if you're working freelance or if you're under some sort of time constraints, this may be the quicker option. So if you're looking for 3D animations, environments, sound effects, UI, visual effects, whatever, you can purchase them within here and they simply add to your project. What I would really encourage is to make sure you do every first Tuesday of every month. If you go to the free tab, free for the month, Epic Games, so everything in here, funnily enough, is free for you to download. So just simply, because I've already taken them up in the option, but these would be saying add to cart here. So within that, just do that. Take every asset free you can get. Even if you're not using it now, who knows, a project you're working on in 6 months, you may need it. So definitely have a look at this here. Permanently free collection. You can see here that you should go in here automatically and get everything that's in here added to your account again, because why would you not? You can see there's a sale on here. So again, marketplace is what it is. It's somewhere for you to purchase assets for environments, animations, models, etc. Maybe a quick and easy win. So yeah, that's marketplace. Library. So this is your sort of key home. This is where you will be most often when starting Unreal. So you can see here at the top, there's an option here to engine versions. Now currently this machine that I'm working on has 4.27 installed and 5.0. You can see there's an option to update here, which means that there is an update available. So this could maybe go to 5.1. This could maybe go to 4.27.3, which I think was the final version of Unreal 4. But if you don't have anything installed, which may be the case here after you've just freshly installed the launcher, you simply click here. And then what you can do is you can simply drop down the version of the engine that you want. Now, you can go all the way back, as you can see, to the original version of Unreal 4 way back in 2014, but you don't want to be doing that. So because I've got the other two already installed here, this is not showing up, but if you have this with a blank project now, it'll say 4.27.3 or whatever, and then I'll have the latest version of 5, so maybe 5.1 or whatever. So you simply click on that and then hit install, and then you'll wait on the download. Now it is quite a large download, so if you are doing this in the house, it is about 10 gigabytes or something like that at least. Unreal 5 maybe a lot more. So once you have downloaded it, and then what'll happen, you'll see up in the top right hand corner, once the engine's available, you can hit the option to launch. So I think at that point we'll have a pause, and then in the next video we'll have a look at what actually happens when you hit the launch button. And by the way, just before we leave, you can see here this is all the stuff I have accrued over the years since 2014 from Epic. There is stuff in here I have purchased, but I wouldn't say it would be too much. So a massive amount of content there. I've hardly used any of it, I would say, but who knows, I may be asked to work on a project down the line for automotive or a blackjack game or a broadcast sample, whatever, and I can simply add these assets to it. So again, this comes all from the free Tuesday stuff, first Tuesday in every month. make sure you get your free assets and go into that free thing here on, just to remind you, under the free tab, permanently free marketplace collection. Go in here and just click add to cart for whatever you can. Okay, so say in the next lesson we'll look at what happens when you actually click the launch button.